start by talking about music and pot and how they sort of have always coalesced. And when we came up with this book, I really wanted to get a lot of my first-time stories. People who are very creative, artists, actors, writers, to tell us about that, that pivotal moment, the first time they got high, the first time they were inspired to write a song or to, do whatever. And Ray, kindly enough, was one of those people who told me a fascinating story, which we won't go into because it's a little off topic, but about the first time he got high when he was in the Army. But then we started talking about the Doors, of course, because most of my college life was spent listening to the turntable and dozing off and zoning out on awesome music. And he told me this fascinating story about the first time they sat down to basically write a song, to jam, to get to know each other, him and Jim Morrison and the other guys in the band. So I wanted him to tell us the story live and in person because it was fascinating, and it didn't make it into the book because I had to keep to my very strict format of first time. But Ray, would you tell us that story, and do we have a picture?
Yeah.
This is an amazing photo that we sort of happened upon. We were looking for something to use on this page, and I was like, oh, could this be more perfect? This is in Venice Beach. Do you remember what year or around what time?
Somewhere between 1965 and 1971.
Okay. He can narrow it down to 5 years. We're doing pretty good here.
All right, 1968. All right, very important. Which year was that, Ray? I tell people, what does it matter? It's, especially at this end of my life, it's like years, days, they don't matter. Time is an ephemeral thing. Time is some sort of Judeo-Christian construct. That has nothing to do with smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana puts you into a timeless state, or a state in which you are kind of revolving with the planet in its eternal rotation around the sun. We are in outer space. I don't want to make it spooky and make it like, whoa, I'm scared, right? I don't want that to happen, but you like outer space? You're in outer space. 365 days to go around the star, 1,000 miles an hour, holding us down, gravity holding us down on the planet. Don't get scared.
You ever look at a $20 bill on weed, Ray?
Where's that eyeball on me? That eyeball is looking at me all the time. Robbie said, "You're paranoid, Ray." I said, "No, I'm not paranoid. There's somebody behind there. There's a little cutout there, and there's an eyeball in there. And about that pyramid, what is that? Who's that looking at me?" So anyway, we smoked, the Doors smoked marijuana, and we became the ultimate Christians. And then we realized that the dictates of the Heartmaster from Jerusalem 2,000 years ago said, "Love thy neighbor as thyself," and that's the whole of the law.
Yes.
Will be love thy neighbor as thyself. And I don't know whether or not he said, "Worship the Lord thy God with thy whole mind, thy whole heart, and thy whole soul." I mean, it's like. You are God in your whole mind, your whole heart, and whole soul. So I don't know that you need to worship God. I think by just living your life, you are performing godly activities that absolutely delight the energy that created all of us, and the energy that we all are, and all things are. What's great about marijuana is that it opens the doors of perception. Go beyond that into psychedelics, as well as LSD, mescaline, peyote, etal, mushrooms. But the marijuana is just, the first time I smoked it, it was just absolutely great. I thought, boy, is this stuff good? What is this? Wow. Music is like the purest example of the purest representation of that marijuana high. Absolutely delightful, absolutely stunning, thrilling, the notes, the music, the sound of the bass, that jazz, coming out of the jazz foundation, just that bass, the vibrations of it. After all, music is the most ephemeral of all the art forms. It's it deals in vibrations. That's all it is. It's a plucked note. It's a played note. It's a struck as I do on the keyboard. It's Robbie playing a guitar, John hitting a drum. It exists and it's gone in an instant. And where does it go? Where does that sound go? We'll never know. It doesn't matter, but you can feel that within your body. You feel your body vibrating to the energy of those instruments being plucked. So the first time the Doors get together, Jim and I have gone to the UCLA Film School, and what a great time I had at UCLA. I met my wife. We're still married. Dorothy Fujikawa Manzarek was, we met my wife for, we will be 41 years. Give her a hand, actually, before you met me. I didn't have to do anything. She's the one who did a great job. And it probably kept me alive. Had it not been for her, I wouldn't be here. You know, I'd be dead through excess of something, you know, some stupid thing that rock and roll musicians do. Kill themselves. I mean, what a tragedy. Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Brian Jones, all 27. So for those of you into numerology, 7 and 2 is 9. That's like the number. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll leave it there. They're all 27. They couldn't make that leap into adulthood. One of the problems of rock and roll is that it's not so much an idea of eternal youth, but it's like, I know for Jim's sake, Jim didn't want to. He didn't want to become authority. He said you can't make peace with authority because you become an authority. That's what we have to do. We have to become the authority. Otherwise, guess who's going to be the authority? It's going to be John McCain and Sarah Palin. They'll be more than happy to take on the mantleship of authority. And holy f***, we have to go through that another 4 years? Oh my God. Well, we'll be the authority here. What do you think, George? Yeah, that's right, Dick, that's right. Call me Mr. Cheney. Oh, okay, Mr. Cheney. I'm looking forward to the Oliver Stone movie, too.